Hi everyone, welcome back to Kelly NFA. I'm Kelly and I have a rare neuromuscular disorder called Friedreich's Ataxia, or FA. It affects my walking and balance, so I need to use a walker to get around. Thank you so much for returning. If you're new here, welcome. Today I want to talk a little bit about COVID-19 and FA. I want to share my perspective on social distancing and also talk about my mental health and tips for taking care of yours. Okay, so COVID-19 and FA. Disclaimer, the advice my doctor gave to me about the coronavirus is not necessarily going to be true for everyone else but the FA. So just keep that in mind. So my neurologist does not believe I'm a higher risk patient if I were to contract coronavirus. He says it's because I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm active and fit, and I have no signs of heart disease, which is awesome. That being said, there is no reason to risk exposure when I get sick. It hits me really, really hard. I am laid up in bed. I can't function. Recovering takes forever. So don't think the coronavirus would be a good thing for me. I'd also be worried I wouldn't be able to get the medical care that I might need. So I am not risking any kind of exposure. I'm staying here in Columbus on my own. I'm having friends and neighbors drop off groceries and everything, and I'm fine, I'm comfortable, I'm just a little bit lonely, but I think that's a common occurrence in today's world, so I can't complain too much. A few weeks ago on Instagram, I shared I'm having a hard time filming this because I can't stop yawning. I actually Googled it, and basically I think I'm too stressed and anxious. Like, I start to yawn and then I can't finish the yawn, and from my Google research, I realized that means that I'm having trouble with anxiety and letting go. And so I have to stop filming like every other minute because I'm yawning uncontrollably. A few weeks ago on Instagram, I shared a little perspective on social distancing. Basically, I shared that many people affected by chronic illness and disability have had to redefine their entire careers and lives to be able to work from home, to adapt to their circumstances. I know that social distancing and trying to work from home has been a really difficult adjustment for so many people. I wanted to remind people that many of us have had to figure it out, and we were able to. Many of us were forced into isolation and had to figure it out and cope on our own, and we didn't have articles being written about how to help us and how to get through this. We just had to kind of figure it out. So me personally, I studied education in school. I wanted to be an early childhood education teacher. I loved it. I loved working with kids, but I realized with FA, I was getting more and more exhausted from my days of teaching, and it wasn't going to be a sustainable career option for me. especially knowing that FA is progressive. It took a couple of years, but I figured out that I needed to kind of redefine my career so I can work from home. I wasn't going to be able to be a classroom teacher, so I really had to adapt my skills and knowledge to be able to work from home, and I was able to. I also wanted to share that my life is not super altered by COVID-19. It's different, yes, but I'm still working from home, still walking around my neighborhood. I'm still spending the majority of my days at home. All right, a little story time for you. So a few days ago, I was filming a day in my life vlog, a day in my life in quarantine. And so you kind of see what I do and how it's affecting me. So I took my phone around with me all day. I filmed almost everything I did. It was really fun, really entertaining. By far the most creative, complex video I've ever made. I spent hours stitching it together and editing it to make it perfect and fun, enjoyable to watch. It was like 15 minutes long. It was a decent video. Anyway, I went to go and share it with my mom because I was so excited about it. I wanted to get her feedback before I published it on YouTube. And something happened with my Mac storage. I'm having issues lately, and I lost the video. Like it was ruined completely. I couldn't fix it. I freaked out. I won't go into it, but basically it was a moment I realized that I always say I'm doing just fine in this pandemic. I'm happy, I'm comfortable, I'm lonely, but I'm fine. But this was a moment I realized maybe I'm not fine. Like, I just felt utter hopelessness and despair, and like my YouTube channel was a fail. I was so distraught over losing this video. I realized that at any other time I wouldn't react that way. Yeah, it sucks. I lost video I spent a lot of time on, but I'd be like, oh man, like I'll just start over, I'll figure it out and get through it. So I realized that I think I have a lot of anxiety built up. I think my mental health is not as good as I thought it was. I thought I was fine, but I'm not fine, if that makes sense. So it showed me the importance of prioritizing self-care during a time like this. I was talking to a friend about this, and we came to the realization that this is actually kind of a common occurrence in people right now. Like, one minor inconvenience happening and you just snap. You can't handle it. She shared a list with me with ways to know that you're mentally or emotionally exhausted, and we were able to relate to almost all of them. I forget what they were right now, but I'm pretty sure it was like extra irritable, insomnia, having anxiety attacks, feeling unmotivated, feeling very emotional very easily. Like me and my YouTube video loss. I want to just share some of my tips for taking care of your mental health during this time. do want to add, I'm not really an expert. This is just what I'm doing to take care of myself. So first, I start my day off slow. I always make coffee. I like to take a bath and drink my coffee in the bath. Whatever you need to do to start your day off, prioritizing your self-care. My next tip for taking care of your mental health is to move your body some way, any way you can. For me, my gym has been very active on Zoom. They're still providing classes, so I've been doing yoga, I've been doing personal training with Zoom. It's been great. Another tip I have is get outdoors. So even if it means, like it does for me, just walking a little bit and sitting outside like on a curb, just getting fresh air really helps. Regularly communicate with family and friends. This has been so important for me. I talk to my mom, if not every day, every other day. And that's only my mom. And then I add in like my grandparents, my friends, other people in my family, my siblings, my dad. Next tip is eat healthy. This is very important, and you might not realize how the food you eat really affects how you feel. So I love to make smoothies and add tons of fruit and greens. I tend to not buy junk food only because I can't control myself, and if it's there, I'm gonna eat it, and it's better not to have it at all. I do have exceptions like ice cream and chocolate. Do whatever works for you. My last tip is to establish good bedtime routines that your sleep isn't too impacted by all this stress. It's really important for maintaining your physical health and your mental health. Yeah, so those are my tips. I will not be making another crazy complex video for a while until I figure out this problem with my Mac. I'm gonna keep it simple. But if you could resonate with any of this, or if you would like to add a tip, please leave a comment below and let everyone know. And also, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Bye guys, see you next time.